You guys remember how I said this little nub that went on the top of the Manfrotto tripod was the key to the tripod, and without it, it was useless, and how it's easy to lose and all that good stuff? Well, I go to set this bad boy up now, and we're nubless. Bingo. That was a close call. Tomorrow we have a big day. Probably the biggest squat day I've ever had in my entire life. 465 is my all-time max. Now, I don't think it's the most I have in me. I just think it's the most up-to-date max out that I've done. I haven't tested my strength in a long time on squats. And keep in mind, when we stopped squatting altogether this past winter, we only got back into it in January, and I was doing 225 for reps. Hopefully this time, it's gonna move not like a max, hinting that we have more in the tank. After that 465 single though, I have to do 2 sets of 5 with 405 pounds. The most I've ever done 405 for, all out, in one all out max rep set, is 5 reps. I got to rep 6 and I failed and I had to dump it, and that was it. That was everything I had in the tank. Now that was also a while ago. So 2 sets of 5 shouldn't be a problem, but my point is it's gonna be a big workout. So to fuel up correctly for that, we're gonna eat very well today. Multiple meals, all very full and hearty meals, no junk, fast food, greasy stuff, all good digesting real stuff. And we're gonna hydrate like crazy. Gallons of water. Major keys to preparing for a big lift day. I should note that I'm not actually having literally gallons of water, and I'm not having this full gallon with every single meal. This just represents that I sip a lot of water out of this with every meal, possibly 16 to 20 ounces every single meal, and then I just sip it throughout the day in between. I don't track it. With a very heavy hydration day like today, probably will end up going through 2 full gallons by the end of the day. Usually it'll be more like 1.5 full gallons throughout a regular day, and I just sip it slow throughout the day. I don't track it.
Come on, Nick, easy. There you go. Come on, focus there. Smash that shit, Nick.
500. Opener, come on.
Oh, I like the bench.
All day, buddy. Fuck yeah, give me some.
Ooh.
Come on, Nick. One more.
It's so awkward without like a mirror. I gotta get used to that. In one of my recent squat videos, there is a lady lifter sitting on the bench between her sets in the background of my set. Like one or two of you commented saying how she was just like not using the bench and slacking off. It's that lady right there. And she was using it to rest between her squat sets. Right there. Desiree Ford, nasty, natural, raw lifter. Squats 315, deadlifts 405.
I failed a 405 deadlift yesterday.
Nope.
Those crooked.
That was after a bunch of heavy ass doubles too.
Come on, Nick.
Yep.
Come on, one more. One more. Nice.
465 was a success. I'm so happy with how it moved. It was obviously a heavy weight for me, so it moved like a heavy weight should, but it still stayed clean and it stayed smooth and the speed stayed nice and consistent. It wasn't a grinder, which was awesome. And another good thing I noticed was, you know, at the end of like a grinder, if your form starts breaking and you're really starting to lose your form and grind through reps, you feel it in areas where you really shouldn't. Like you'll feel a little bit more strain in your back or a little bit more wear and tear in your hamstrings than you should. And it just shows that like you were not staying tight. I didn't feel any of that. After my 465 single was finished, everything felt great. I felt so fresh and like, it just, everything felt like it moved clean, even if it was a heavy weight. After the hard part came, and that was 2 sets of 5 with 405. Again, the last time I tried 405 for a max rep attempt was fresh. I didn't do a single before it. I just warmed up into 405 and then went for as many reps as I could. I got to 5, and on my 6th rep, I failed and had to dump it. So today, both of our sets of 5, 10 reps total, felt amazing. The first set was a little rushed. I noticed my form starting to crack. The last rep, my hips really shot up, and I just felt like I was rushing. And what I realized, some of that was this is my first time in ages not squatting in front of a mirror. So that's obviously a bad habit. I need to get away from that. So not having a mirror in front of me was making me kind of rush and feel awkward. So for my second set of 5 with 405, my last and final set, what I did is I really took my time and I mentally just focused on feeling out my body. Feeling the glutes tight, feeling the breaking of the hips, feeling the breaking of the knees, just feeling out the entire motion of the squat, because you have to. When you don't have a mirror to look at, you have to go by feeling. So I was taking my time and just feeling the entire motion of the squat, every inch of it. And that was forcing me to take my time with every single rep. And that's why my second set of 405, I thought, despite being maybe more tired, overall looked cleaner and smoother than my first set did. It was less rushed. So that's actually cool, not using the mirror. I never had a problem with it doing singles, obviously because I've done meets, there's no mirror there. I've done singles in my home gym, back when I had a home gym, there was no mirror there. But I've never had to do work and reps without it. So it is cool, not having the mirror there is definitely gonna help me pay more attention to just that mind-muscle connection, forcing me to take more time on my squats. So very, very pleased. That is the end of our heavy squats for this cycle. Next week we restart our training cycle and we begin peaking for this meet in May.